Okay, 5-point change down on the Nifty right now. So flat, 7975. Bhavesh Gandhi is Telecom Analyst with IIFL. He's joining us on a phone line. Bhavesh, good morning. Good to have you here. Thanks for your time. Just two or three things which stood out for you in the Bharti results, Bhavesh?
Yeah, good morning. Two or three things. You see, first, would like to highlight the strong volume growth in the India wireless business at about 6% on a sequential basis. So that was quite a good thing, and we had expected something in the range of about 4 to 4.5%, given the sort of trend we have witnessed in the previous Q4s. Secondly, the margin beat on a consolidated basis was a surprise for us. We had broadly expected stable margins, and the beat has been a surprise to us.
Right. There is, on the data side, is there some slowdown which we've seen?
I think data side, you can probably say so at about 10% on a sequential basis. Earlier, the run rate used to be for the two companies, or at least for Bharti, it was maybe in the high mid-teens or so. But then we wouldn't. It just won't be a point of concern right now. We would just monitor broadly what the trends be like, and also watch out for how Idea reports the data trends.
Right. Now, what percentage of the incremental revenues and profits which companies make, telcos make, comes from data, Bhavesh? I mean, could you just tell us a bit about the importance of data for these companies now?
I think broadly on a macro split, voice would be still about 70-75 to data's 25, but incrementally, yes. And more than revenue contribution, I believe data would be important to margins. So from that perspective, data growth, volume growth especially, needs to remain at least at these levels.
Yeah. So I'm just saying, if data incrementally is a lot more important than voice, but you know that is one aspect which will decide the fate of for these companies, right? Would you agree with me? Both Idea, Bharti, with Jio coming, that again data will be the focus. Many believe that data realizations will fall, margins will fall, 100, 200 basis points once Jio settles in. What's your view, Bhavesh?
I think that is a fear that is keeping the valuations under check even right now. If you look at even at today's price, at about 380 odd, Bharti is trading on a consolidated basis, including Africa, at just about 5 times FY18 enterprise value to EBITDA. Now that is at the lower end, one can say, of its historic ranges. So one fear in the market is obviously data pricing per unit or per MB would go down, and indeed it has been going down, as we have seen in quarter after quarter. Even in this quarter, we saw a fall, a 3-4% fall on a sequential basis. So that would remain a concern. But the counter to that would be that as long as companies can build up spectrum holdings, and which in turn would justify a pan-India footprint like which Bharti has built up through its two acquisitions, one from Videocon and the other from the XL on the 3G and the 4G front. So as they go on expanding footprint, we would remain fairly comfortable on the volume growth side, which would then take care of the persistent downtrend in data pricing.
Right. Also, I think as a percentage of the total subscriber base, data consumers are only about a quarter of Bharti's total subscribers use data right now, right? So there is that number correct, Bhavesh? So the scope to grow the offer more data services to more and more people is still there. I mean, 3G,
Indeed, it is
etc.
still there. I mean, that is why we would continue to see a lot of interest in auctions to get hold of spectrum. If otherwise, then obviously auctions would attract that much less interest. But clearly on the data side, there is scope for growth.
All right. Thanks very much, Bhavesh. Appreciate you joining in. Good speaking with you. Thank you. Take a quick break here. I'd just like to leave you with what's happening on Jubilant Foodworks.